Friday night, a small group of us were celebrating the end of the week, had a lot to drink, and passing by the local stadium late at night, decided to go for a run. Naked. Naked. That inexpressible feeling of freedom, when the darkness hides your nakedness and the feeling of shame disappears completely, made the mood for the whole week. We plan to do it again next Friday. I recommend it to everyone. Story 2. I approach the cash register, not touching anyone, and suddenly a grandmother with a cart runs me over, shouting, "Here we are! What, you thought I wouldn't find you? We have a small town!" In the end, I fell and knocked down a couple of racks, and the old woman was arrested. It turned out she had a mental illness, and I wasn't the first victim. Now I watch out for grannies with shopping carts. What's on their minds? Story 3. About 10 years ago, I forgave my wife for cheating on me, and now I regret it, but on the other hand, she is a string walker. Her guilt makes her tolerate all my antics. And recently, I started dating on the side with a friend of my daughter. The age difference is 22 years, and it looks like we are serious. I don't feel guilty. I didn't start this game. Story 4. A friend and her husband were driving out of town to her parents' house, and suddenly, in the middle of the highway, she started yelling, "Stop the car! What the fuck is this, asshole?" The husband's confused, the wife's staring into the void and yelling. He pulls over to the side of the road, asks her why she's yelling. She jumps out of her seat, tells him, "Sit here." He sat down in the passenger seat and saw that the entire windshield was covered in the prints of women's feet. Story 5. 2 years ago, I was dumped by a man. The suspicious thing was that a week after the breakup, he was already seen with another girl. He didn't explain the reason, the classic, "It's not about you," but I'm sure. He left me because he wanted to be with her, or even had already met her. I experienced it very hard, complicated by the fact that we worked together, I saw him every day, and to quit my job to nowhere was not possible. He got married in front of me to the same girl. I had saved up by then and was able to quit my job, almost a year after the breakup, but I never recovered. For some reason, this story just stomped on me morally. But I realized that I had to move on with my life, and I started dating someone else too. We recently got engaged. My ex saw my engagement photos on my page and wrote a congratulatory message with a lot of things. That he was happy for me, that now he no longer feels guilty for leaving me then, because I'm already fine. I'm not fine. I'm on antidepressants, and it's his fault.